Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a late night rendezvous with Saturday Night InSaNiTy. Hi, how's it going? Check out the new shirt. Huh? My old Doctor Who shirt was getting a little ratty, so I decided to do this one. And my camera's messing up. Why don't you say hello to the boys while I fix my camera?
Hey!
Hi, boys and girl.
Boy.
How's it going?
Hi.
Yo.
Where the hell is my camera? Oh, there it is. Hold on a second.
Awkward angle camera.
All the frames on my camera right now.
Awkward angle camera is good.
I like that awkward angle camera doesn't glitch, but your actual camera glitches like crazy.
It glitches like a mofo. Hold on. I will fix this. 480p, because that's really all we need for down there.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. It's when I put it in the high def modes, it just, like, freaks out. Loses its shit.
Too much information, probably.
Hey, Apothecary in the house. Glad you can make it just in time. So, hey, only a half hour late. I had to walk home because stupid buses. Yeah. And then I got home. Rosie is actually having a sleepover tonight, so she and her friend were, busy destroying the place while I was at work. So
Yay!
I came home to a disaster. Rosie walks up to me. As soon as I walk in the door, she walks out to me. She's like, "Daddy?" I'm like, "What? Oh, God, what am I walking into?" She walks over, look. She shows me her hands, and they are just completely covered in something red. And I'm like, what the hell is... I'm like, oh, God, is it your period?
Oh, God.
And she's like, I was coloring, and I guess the marker leaked. And it's like, oh, okay. But, like, she comes over to me, like, just in her underwear, and, like, like, red all over her hands. Like, oh, my God, I've walked into a murder scene. Like, what's happening? But, so I took her to the bathroom, got her all cleaned up, and everything's fine. But nice to come home exhausted and loopy from work as it is, and immediately have a heart attack.
Sounds like your daughter just trolled the fuck out of you.
Yeah. Whether intentional or not, it was a nice little moment of horror. Yeah, Apothecary says Sean's Carrie moments, yeah. Plug it up! Okay.
God, that fucking scene. That traumatizing scene.
That hilarious scene from that laugh out loud comedy riot, Carrie.
Kind of like that comedy movie Get Out, eh?
Oh, I just could not stop laughing through that
I still haven't
whole
seen that.
raucous riot of hilarity.
I did watch Duncan Jones' new film, Mute, though.
Oh, yeah, you said it was really good, eh?
Holy fuck, you need to fucking watch that as soon as that night is over. I don't care if you got school. I don't care if you got work. Get off your ass and see this fucking movie. It is heartbreakingly good. It is so good. It is so fucking good.
Duncan Jones
at all.
is excellent.
Bring your tissues.
Oh,
John, you
will
are
melt
going
the hardest
to
of hearts.
cry.
Awesome! I love movies that make me
Are
feel
going
the
to
feels
Cry.
like a girl.
You're gonna blubber. There's gonna be snot. You're gonna be Blair Witch.
Clarification, like
no
a really
snot.
oversensitive girl.
No
Or
snot.
really
blubbering.
effeminate man.
No, you're gonna be like blubbering into the camera. Snot bubble coming out.
I'll be Blair Witching my way through it, eh?
Yep.
I'm so sorry.
You will.
Sorry to Josh's mom and Mike's mom. Okay, sorry. Anyway.
So good though.
It's all good.
Well,
I actually have some
just
pickups
got
this
back
week.
from Black Panther. Loved it.
Awesome.
That might be the most original Marvel movie ever made.
But-
it barely even felt like a comic book movie.
But
Great
Stout, I heard it was very exclusionary and they did not include any gay couples. Therefore, I will not stand for all of this blackwashing. It's like Somebody I saw a post with that. Somebody was saying like someone's got to like pick up the ball on this and just make the most inclusionary movie ever made, and like be very self-aware and satirical about it. So it's like, hi, I'm a transsexual black lesbian NRA toting.
I think we
Abortion doctor.
We actually are.
Yeah, right.
And ironically, at the South Park game.
Oh, well, there you go. See? South Park. We know South Park's going to be all over that shit.
Yeah, South Park, the fractured butthole.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I still have to play the first one. I have it.
Apothegrain says, best review of Black Panther I heard, we forgot we had snacks.
That's a really good one.
I didn't forget. I'm gonna admit, I didn't forget.
Well, not
Hey.
everyone's a fat soulless ginger, you know.
You stole my thunder. I was going to say the same thing, actually.
Those types never forget their snacks. Those people.
So they don't have distractions like with souls and stuff like that.
That's
Just,
right.
they just
Soul.
focus entirely on.
Accurate.
Yeah, so I was going to say 10 minutes ago, yeah, see Get Out. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. I'm gonna do like a review of it, but basically, one of the takeaways for me was the whole thing feels like the kind of story you would see in like an old Tales from the Crypt comic. It's like that kind of story where it's
That's cool.
you know, fancy dinner party, but something's not quite right. You don't know what. You might kind of figure out, sort of, that's okay. Something with that guy over there, but you know, you don't quite know. And then, just like one of those stories, it has like the big twist where it reveals what's going on. You're like, wow, holy! I totally did not. I figured out some of that, but not all of that. Like,
Hey.
holy shit!
I'm proud of
That's,
myself.
It's good.
We watched a Giallo today, and I called the fucking killer at the beginning of the movie. I was like, it's that guy.
Really? Yeah.
It almost had me
Sometimes.
tricked. The problem is, it had me tricked at the end. I was like, oh, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's this other person.
Oh, you almost
Turned out
fell
the
for the
red
red herring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fell for a red herring, but I guessed it right off that. I'm like, it's that guy.
I like Giallos for that reason. Like they're the old, you know, keep you guessing thing. And sometimes you can guess. Sometimes it's really obvious.
I got
Sometimes
lucky.
it isn't.
I think I just got lucky.
The problem I have with some of them, they just like throw the twist in because it's expected, but it doesn't necessarily make total sense that it's
Sometimes
that guy.
It doesn't make any sense. You're like, what?
It's like, what? That guy? What?
She was
The
under
ma-
hypnosis? What?
The mailman from the first scene of the movie that like we didn't see for the rest of the movie, and suddenly it turns out he's the killer. Like, well, what?
That guy
Why?
with
What's
the right hando? What the fuck?
like? What's the motivation? Does he just really hate delivering their mail? Like, what's? Apparently, all those axe murderers later, and disembowelments and eye gouges. But yeah, I gotta get more Giallo into my library. I've really only seen Fulci and Argento for that genre, and maybe a couple other random ones. But
Missing a lot of really good ones.
oh, I'm sure.
Most movie villains have a greater and more, like, ridiculously extensive motivation for what they do than actual killers. You
Yes,
know?
well, that's true. Well, there have been some slasher movies that have kind of tried to turn that on its ear and
The
say like,
Strangers.
it's like no, Final Exam would be another one.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, we don't know who this guy is or what his motivation is. It doesn't matter. He's just freaking crazy and he's killing everybody. That's all you need to know.
Run for your life.
Exactly. It's like he's on campus and he's killing everybody. You probably want to be somewhere else. But yeah, sometimes that throws me for a loop because we almost come to expect that there's going to be some big elaborate explanation for their motivation, and when they don't do that, you're like, wait a minute. But then you think back, it's like, yeah, I guess that isn't really necessary. I came to this slasher movie to see a slasher slashing, and I got that. The end. So, I actually do have some pickups this week.
Ooh,
I don't think I showed any of them last week. I get confused.
You showed nothing last week.
Okay, good. Then I didn't show any of these. I know I showed stuff in the Discord. And, yeah. Oh, hey, I got an achievement. A Twitch achievement.
Last week.
It says achievement completed like clockwork. What does that mean? That I'm always on time? Well, that's a lie.
I'm gonna talk about those, right?
Oh, stream for...
This week.
Hold on. Stream for 12 unique days in the last 30 days. Stream on different days to reach different viewers. Unique days are based on Greenwich Mean Time. Okay, cool. It means I streamed a lot this month.
I started watching your Twitch streams on my Xbox One on my projector.
Oh, yeah?
And just randomly out of nowhere, it popped up with like some diamond achievement that I watched Twitch for an hour.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That was perfect timing, Brandon.
You're welcome.
That was perfect timing.
Oh, I'm a good buddy.
I guess so.
Well, just as Eric says, I got the diamond achievement. We just hear, oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess some.
I need to make my dinner because I basically just ran in, cleaned off all the blood from Rosie, and then
the blood for Rosie's first kill.
Now that sounds like a title for a giallo. Blood for Rosie.
Blood for Rosie. That does sound like one, man.
It does.
Holy shit.
All right, I'll be back in just a few minutes.
So I was gonna say there are a lot of things that you can gain achievements for now. One of them, the one that I'm trying to get right now, which I think I like until next week when March comes around, is Clip Champ, which you get for creating clips every month, and if you get 50 views on the clips, like combined on the clips that you make, you get Clip Champ for the month.
I'll start dropping them in an ounce when you make them, dude.
I've already got the 50 views, so I should get it for March. But yeah.
But I'm saying, you can drop your clips in an ounce. It's all good. That's creative content, technically. Especially since it's one of our streamers, you know.
Well, sometimes it's not one of your streamers.
Oh, I know. I know that. But I mean, especially when it's part of one of our streams, you know.
Yeah.
It's you know, we allow, if you make content, you can post it in the announce channel. That's what it's for. Eventually, there'll be 2 different announce channels. There'll be us only, where only we can post, and when there's enough people that it's gonna be clogged, right?
Yeah.
Enough when there's like an announce every few minutes or whatever, then you're like, okay, we need to make a separate channel for our stuff so we can get preference because it's our fucking Discord. But you know, and because people want to be able to find our videos. I do want a place where people can share their own stuff to help, because we're trying to bring a community here, you know? It's all
I want to talk about Black Panther, but I can't talk about it without, like, spoiling.
So don't.
So I'm not going to.
Record a video of them. There you go.
That's a good idea, actually, yes.
Oh my god, you didn't have this video idea already? Jesus Christ. You're a YouTuber!
I usually don't do review videos anymore because nobody watches them. But
you should call it a review of Black Panther by a fat white ginger. That should be the title. I bet you'll get clicks, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
I bet you get a lot of stupid, hateful comments too, which I would laugh at.
If you want.
Exactly.
I'm just kind of clip from Family Guy of Chris going, "You don't have a soul."
And Bluto says, "You mean to tell me Black Panther is black?" Yes.
Who's Universal Champion right now? I don't even know. Oh, Brock Lesnar. Oh, I believe they're going to probably do Roman Reigns in the Elimination Chamber JL. He asked me what my pick for the Elimination Chamber on Sunday is. I think they're going to go with Roman Reigns, but I would rather see Braun Strowman. But that's just they've been working towards Braun Strowman, but I think it's WrestleMania, so I think they're going with Roman Reigns because he needs a match. And I think I'm gonna say Sonya Deville or Bailey is gonna win the women's elimination chamber. That's what I'll be watching to soothe my broken heart.
God damn it! I have a Led Zeppelin song stuck in my head. I guess it's not a bad thing. It's just it's good times, bad times. And that one just has like a melody that gets annoying after you hear it loop in your head 5 million times. So that's why I said God damn it. Not because it's a bad song, but because
It's a song that never ends.
yeah, it's one like that.
Yeah, that goes on. Oh.
No.
Hey you, you're an all-star. I sang it wrong. Drive you nuts. Hey you, I'm a rock star. Touch my ball sack. Yo yeah, demonetized.
Demonetized.
I actually remember one of the questions on one of the tests that I took in my oceanography class, because the way that the question was worded kind of offended me in a way, because it was just like either it's this or it's that, and the questioning that they had was not as easy as this or that. There were like varying possibilities and they wanted an A or B answer, and it's like, but it could be C. So I actually wrote in the margins like this paragraph saying, I'll answer what you want me to answer, but really it could be C. And I still aced that test, god damn it, but
Well,
because I'm a
I don't know, I'm
selfish
still
ginger,
trying to
I had to
process.
be like, actually,
I was still trying to process
that's exactly what I wanted to say.
what the question could have possibly been to offend you in an oceanography course.
it
That's
just
so
offends me
sad.
whenever anybody says,
What about oceanography could they ask you in the form of a question that would be so horribly offensive that you had to write in the margins?
Grammar. That's what. It was grammar.
You're a
So
grammar Nazi, just admits it.
he is.
to be fair,
Oh,
in a lot of science classes, you get books that are written by scientists that are edited by scientists.
Well, No.
And when that happens, you get a lot of grammatical mistakes because these people studied to be scientists, not writers. So they're not really good at writing.
Sorry. I would say that he's not a grammar Nazi because he believes in the commonality of the evolution of the English language. Therefore, he's more likely a grammar communist. Just a commie. He's a grammar commie.
A grammar commie.
Yes.
I'm willing to accept this designation.
So what I have here is the Mac's Finest double cheeseburger. It says the double patty cheeseburger, and it's two of them, so it's the double cheeseburger. There you go. And for snacks,
That's the cheapest looking burger I've
They
ever
look
seen
so
in my life.
sad.
they're pretty lame.
But they're
they-
cheap, so what do
It
you
looks
expect?
like
They
that
didn't-
burger came out of a
they-
can. Do you
they didn't-
understand?
They didn't have the burritos I wanted, so this was the second choice. Actually, this was the third choice. I really wanted a pizza sub, but they didn't have those either. So, okay, so I got zesty cheese, Doritos, or fromage mordant. And
I have to say, Strum Dog had the best comment there. I already have the shits.
I don't need help.
I'm trying to get back to the chat. Here we go. Okay, there we are. All right, and then
You know, they're still space.
I love how there's an
limited
emotion
time only again.
actual Dorito.
Ketchup Doritos.
They're not bad.
I
They're pretty
like.
good. I've had them before.
Yeah.
The last time they were here for limited time only.
I request president choice. Ketchup chips.
Hey,
I know.
Zatch is in the house.
Yeah. That
Zatoichi.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach, what's up, buddy?
Sounding lively.
Geek.
Yeah.
It's Zach Bell. Wait, what?
I'm glad I wasn't the only one that was thinking of Zatch Bell.
You're welcome. And it's because reason I got blah, 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 blah. I pre-ordered some stuff on Amazon today, and there's a Zack Spell movie Blu-ray with the first 2 movies, I think, or the new 2 movies coming out. And that's why it triggered my brain.
I haven't watched this. They had a very limited run on Adult Swim a long ass time ago.
It is indeed the old school Doritos logo.
There's a card game for it too. I have a few promos for it.
Yeah, it's kind of like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Ross says Mr. and Mrs. Skin Slip. Yeah, that's
Pretty
cute.
much.
Come here, Bubba.
It's like-
People want to see
It's like
you.
JoJo for kids.
Come here, Bubba. Come here. Jail, the way I see it, there are 2 ways of living your life. A, you can live your life worried that you're going to fucking die because you're being unhealthy. Or B, you can have fun and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Worry about that shit.
Or
Especially
see,
not
live
worry
long
about
enough to see yourself
losing.
become the villain.
JL watched
Yeah.
some clips from Super
What are
Size
you
Me.
losing? The
his
worst
bio-
years of your life?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. JL watched some clips from Super Size Me in his biology class, and it traumatized him. He's been very anti McDonald's and anti fast food all week.
Man, those
Oh,
on the day we picked her up. On the day we picked her up, I had eaten McDonald's French fries twice that day. It was a good day.
Awesome.
You
And it
need
was
to
a good
realize,
day.
Dale,
But
like
as
most
Stout
things in the
says-
world- Oh, good.
I was just say, as Stout says, I mean, you can spend your life being paranoid and worried about every little thing that you come into contact with, or you can just enjoy a fucking hamburger.
Yeah. Everything
especially shitty.
everything is awesome in moderation. That's the key word there is moderation. Super
yeah.
Size Me is one of those examples where you take something that's usually not great for you
Look at the kitty.
and
Take it to
replace
the-
everything in your life with that one thing that's not that great for you. And yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like those people that God, it was a video a long time ago where a guy put an egg in Coke and left it for a year and claimed that, oh, this is what it's doing to your teeth. I go, I don't leave Pepsi in my mouth for a fucking year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well,
I know it's not good for
You know
my
what?
teeth or my body, but
This is what happens when you don't brush your teeth and you drink lots of soda, kids. So brush your fucking teeth.
yeah, there you go.
brush that shit off and you're
Don't-
fine.
Don't take skin slip as something to aspire to.
Also, look, I love Super Size Me. I really like the director. I'm a big fan of his.
Oh yeah, Morgan
What?
Spurlock.
There are a lot of fallacies in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things, misinformation. He lies. He blatantly lied about his diet before the movie.
Mm.
There's a few things that there are inconsistencies in the movie. It's a good movie. It does pose lots of good information, but do note that even the best documentaries will have issues like that. It's just how it is.
Oh, yeah.
Humans have flaws, and art is imperfect.
I was gonna say, in similarly to what you guys just said about the Pepsi, Jill was commenting on. There's one clip where it's in the extras on the DVD where he takes a bunch of different McDonald's meals and then puts them under like a glass dome to just kind of expose them to the air and such for a while, and see what happens to them, like how they decompose and stuff, and all the different burgers decompose in a variety of different spectacular ways. The fries, however, looked just as good as the day he put them under the glass for like 5 months. They looked exactly the same, like nothing changed. So JL was asking me, it's like, would you still want to eat one of those burgers? It's like, well, my response was, I usually eat them fresh from under the heat lamp rather than after 5 months under a glass jar.
Under the heat lamp.
So, yes, I will still eat those burgers.
There is that guy that
My body will digest them a lot faster than that.
Also,
There's that guy that found him.
there was a guy who did the same diet but didn't drink any soda and didn't do ice cream and shakes. Right? So he just ate the food itself.
Yeah.
And he lost 10 pounds. So, I mean, like, it's a diet. It's not healthy still. We're just saying. But
Yeah.
I was
A
gonna
lot
say,
of the
there was
problem
a
with
guy. It's an
sugar
old
intake.
story, long, like easily 10+ years ago. Guy had somehow he found a McDonald's hamburger in his coat pocket. And
okay.
it was the situation where he was carrying it and forgot it was in his coat pocket, and he put this jacket away and never wore it again for like 10 years.
Oh God.
Oh my.
And he found
I
it
have a lot of questions.
and something like that, and then he found it 10 years later and something like that, and he was showing it off and stuff like that, and it looked nearly identical to like a modern McDonald's hamburger.
Wow.
So the question was,
His coat preserved it.
yeah,
How does one forget for 10 years that there's a burger in their pocket?
Hey,
I know.
here's why. You put that jacket
I
down
have
and
many
you never
questions.
pick that jacket up.
that's
You
what
never
happened.
picked it up for 10 years. Yeah.
He was carrying it home and he put it in his pocket and forgot about it, and then when he got home, he hung the jacket up and he never wore it again.
It's like,
It was
I
one of those
hate this
special
jacket.
situation jackets. I guess something he explained like that. It was like a jacket he only wore on occasion for certain things, and that thing never happened again. And so
That's
he
why-
never wore the jacket.
That's why he forgot about the burger. He was just so preoccupied with his deep hatred of that jacket and how much he couldn't wait to get home and take it off and hang it up and never wear it again.
He's like, these social gatherings suck. I'm hanging this jacket up. I'm never going out again.
Oh, it's 14. Okay, I found the article. It was 14 years.
Oh,
Wow.
jeez,
God.
even
Burger bought
longer.
in Utah in 1999 looks exactly the same as the day it was first flipped, even after it spent 2 years in a coat pocket.
Wow.
Preservatives are crazy, dude.
Yep.
What does
I
that
like
do to our
preservatives,
bodies?
though.
I want to know.
Say what?
What's that doing to our bodies? Are our bodies preserved in our coffees really
It's
well now?
preserving us, clearly.
I mean, because a portion of what you eat does enter into your DNA. So if you eat a lot of one thing
Yeah.
exclusively, it'll actually fuck with your body. Your body will change
Hmm.
because of it.
Chemically.
So,
You literally
Chemically.
are what you eat.
yeah.
Literally.
You literally are what you eat because your body's getting energy from what you feed it. So,
I'm delicious
you know.
food then.
So I mean, what does that? What do preservatives do for you? I really want to know. It doesn't make me want to not eat the food because I don't give a shit. I'm dead, but. I just want to know: is my body going to be like a wax corpse for 100 extra years? 'Cause that'd be rad. Hang me up.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? We found the secret of the pharaohs, all right?
The only thing that had almost
And it is called
Stick me in one of
McDonald's.
those little glass domes and check me out in like 5 years and see what happens.
That's right.
Oh man.
Apothec Grain says, imagine the archaeologists in 2,000 years. Food preservatives notwithstanding, how do you think they'll explain implants?
Apparently, he was a teacher, or some kind of like a science teacher. He had used because I was showing some people how enzymes work, and I thought a hamburger would be a good idea, and I used it for a month, and then I forgot about it.
Oh.
He goes,
So
it
it
ended
wasn't
up in a
purpose
paper
there.
sack. It ended up in the original paper sack with the receipt in my coat pocket.
Chocolate milk.
Tossed to the side, tossed in the back of my truck as it sat there for, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. He said his coat ended up in the coat closet of his Utah home. And it has the date confirming that it had been 2 years
Wow.
since he had purchased it. And he said if you notice, the only thing that technically looks any different is the pickle, as it had almost fully dissolved into the bun.
Well,
Bro.
at least one thing on there was
It
natural.
shows like
I mean,
it shows like the bun, and there's like a little green spot of where the pickle was.
Oh, wow. That's funny. It became
you
one
forgot
of
the pickles.
But yeah, his name's David Whipple.
Huh. That is an amusing name. Duncan says, I'm really enjoying your new Amiga streams on Twitch. Thank you, Duncan. I haven't watched many of your MSC Retro vids, so we'll have to remedy that. Yes, you should. Watch them. Watch them all.
You all need to go back. You all need to go back and watch him play the last Amiga game he played because holy shit.
Oh, Rise of the Dragon.
Rise of the Dragon, yeah.
Specifically the arcade sequence.
Yes. So, Sean was playing this on a modern system, and he had it so that it was playing at like a pretty high speed comparatively to what it used to be played at, or what it was played at on older Amiga systems. And as a result, during certain sequences, during the arcade sequences, it was running at like 500 frames a second. So So
It
he
was
would move Mr. H
ridiculous.
and be like, and there are sequences in this arcade section where, like, there's flames going down through these pipes, and normally they're supposed to go like.
Yeah, it's like very.
Instead.
Yeah, it's like, get through that, motherfucker. To my credit, to my credit, I did get through the first one at least once.
Oh my goodness!
He's like, no, this is too crazy. We're slowing this down.
I was in tears that night. It was too brilliant.
Like, oh my god! How am I supposed to get through that?
There are clips on Twitch if you want to see them. I'll find the clips.
There's what I did was when those ultimately get posted as retro episodes, I have a compilation specifically of all the arcade fails. So there's that, and there's a bunch of stuff in there. There's like alternate endings and other ways you can mess up the game. Lots of clips of me getting electrocuted trying to tap a guy's phone and getting eaten alive by rats. But and all of the arcade fails are in there too.
I found it. Share video link. Copy. Paste in chat.
Oh, there you go. And dead again.
You died a lot.
You're gonna die. A lot.
So those of you who are watching this on YouTube, you can find the clips on Twitch. Otherwise, wait for the retro video.
Yeah.
It will be posted in June. Yes, that's how far
So,
ahead I am.
you might want to watch that now. So we should probably talk about this new reboot show.
Oh my god!
Holy shit.
Oh, no. We were talking for like a half
If there's
hour about
anybody in this room that should be more butthurt about this, it'd be me.
And me. I watched it literally from the day episode 1 first aired.
Yeah.
Like,
So we're probably the biggest reboot fans in the room here.
absolutely.
And I feel like I've been kicked in the nuts repeatedly.
I'm the resident.
Looking
I
at
don't give a
this.
fuck, man, because I have no attachment to reboot.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Oh my god. Like, I just... words cannot describe
So here's the thing.
how terrible this is.
The thing that was cool about the original reboot initially was that it was one of the first all-CG shows. Like, this was not a thing back in the mid-90s, but it was one of the first ones to do a fully CG show. And then, on top of that, they made it kind of like Tron. So for me, being a fan of Tron as a kid, I really dug the concept, where it all took place in this computer world, and the internet and the World Wide Web were this mysterious other place. So the idea was it was taking place inside somebody's like home PC, basically, and that they were, we were seeing the lives of the programs and everything that lived inside the PC.
So Herman's head.
And it was great. It was really cool. It was really fun. So the first first season was just kind of fairly lighthearted and such, and then the second season got into more, they started throwing in like movie parodies and stuff like that, as well as having more of a continuing storyline. And the third and fourth season was just freaking epic. Like, it was this epic, ongoing, like serialized story about them. Some of them got lost out in the web, and some of them were battling back home, and it's just this epic story. It was fantastic. And it ended on a cliffhanger. Like
Massive.
17 years ago.
Massive cliffhanger.
So it ended on a cliffhanger.
Holy crap.
So all these years, all fans of the original show have been hoping there'd be some kind of continuation or revival or movie or miniseries or something to resolve the cliffhanger and give the story some kind of closure. Or continue it in some way. Just bring it back, with a little more fanfare, make it more of sort of a niche thing, and make it a little more popular. And there's so much potential for that. I mean, like, given how much computers and the internet and everything has evolved since the last season, there's a wealth of material that they could touch on in a new reboot series. So, we got a word a while back that they were going to do one. They're going to do a new one called ReBoot, the Guardian Code. It's like, oh, wow, that sounds awesome. That sounds amazing. And then we saw the trailer this past week. And basically, they've turned it into a knockoff of Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.
I've never been a fan of the original show. I never hated it, but this is offensive to me as someone who just, from a passing glance, knows lots of fans of the show, and I'm like, that's offensive. That's wrong. You've done something. You've done it wrong.
Yeah,
you've done it wrong, guys.
So in this new one, it's basically humans getting digitized and going into the computer world to defend it against, evil. But it's much more about human characters. Now, the thing is, in the original series, there was always the presence of the user, who was, presumably whoever owned the computer and ran it. But the programs, much like in Tron, saw the user as this sort of mysterious, godlike figure that is never seen. The only way you ever interact or see the user is through games. So these games, they'd have to play these games.
Ironically called Game Cubes.
Yes, and the user would be the player character, and the programs that live in the computer were trying to defeat him. And that was the only time you ever saw the user, was as these whatever his game avatar was.
Yeah.
And so the whole idea there was that the human world was this strange, mysterious place that the computer world really knew nothing about. It was just sort of seen as this, other world that somehow controlled their world.
And they made so many amazing references to just, like, it makes your mind just, wander and go many different places, because they say things like if something's going to take a long time, they say, oh, that could take a whole second.
Yeah.
Something like that. Everything's in microseconds and milliseconds, and something like that for us would be minutes and hours.
So it's like, if you sort of break it down, like the entire run of the series takes place over the course of about a day or two of our time.
Yeah.
But for them, it's just like this huge span of years, and
characters like grow up.
Yeah, but they upgrade. But but the whole thing is with this new one is it's almost entirely based in the human world, and the cyber world is just a place that they go to. So to fight, essentially, they're fighting this evil hacker guy who wants
kind of like how when the Power Rangers, when they morph just so they can go fight the Putty Man, or
they morph and turn into Japanese people. Yes. But here's the thing: that's just our opinion based on what we saw from a trailer. We don't know how much takes place in the real world. We don't, because there's a trailer for an entire series, right? So they could have just shown us a lot of the real world footage, but that may not be the majority. Now we had that mysterious forum post. That's not official information, mind you, but
no. Yeah. You had the ring of truth about it, though.
It was a vanity project, apparently, and that makes a lot of sense.
Here, let me, I'll find the
I'm willing to bet it's like 50-50. 50% animation, 50%.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair assumption to make, at least to start.
That's a fair assumption, yeah. Based on the trailer, I would say it's fair.
Yeah. So it's...
But here's the thing. Original series, 100% CG. No live action at all.
By the way, the CG in that animated show made in 1994 looks better than the crap they put out now.
That's because
animated version.
That's because it was made in the Unreal Engine, which is not an animation engine; it's a gaming engine.
Yeah, they're using the Unreal 4 engine, and they're using that
lighting tools.
There's nothing wrong with the Unreal Engine.
They're using that in their marketing. Hold on, I'll find the post here, and I just gotta find it here. Of course, we've talked a lot since then, so I'm gonna have to scroll back a little bit here. Hold on.
Not this.
You can search too.
Not like this. Not like this.
Exactly.
I'm almost there. Ah, here we are.
Yeah.
So okay. So first off, when the trailer appeared and the the character pictures and such appeared, fans of the original were just like, what the ever-living fuck is this? Not even remotely like the reboot that we saw and many of us grew up with.
Like if you didn't tell us this was reboot, we wouldn't have.
This is not the reboot that we wanted.
So it started like a year ago. In fact, we probably even talked about it on SNI at the time, but where they posted a picture of the youthful main character. So anyway, there's a huge discussion about it on 4chan of fans and non-fans alike, just sort of talking about it. And of course, on 4chan, all the posts are anonymous. So one particular anonymous poster jumped into the thread and decided to say some things. And the interesting thing about this anonymous poster is this poster claims to have been on the production team for Rainmaker, and basically just wanted to kind of clear the air and say what really went on and why this abomination exists. And
read the whole post too.
Yeah. So here's the whole thing. He says, okay, I feel like you guys deserve an explanation, and since I can't talk publicly about this without putting my job in danger, I'll post this here where everybody will think I'm LARPing. Everybody that was working on this show knew this backlash was coming, but Heffron, the guy who, Mike Heffron, I think his name is,
Heffron, by the way.
Let's use his last name, Heffron.
Yeah, Heffron, he's the CEO of Rainmaker.
I have something to say about this guy when you're done.
Okay. So, but Heffron had his head so far up his ass, he wouldn't listen to anybody, and nobody could really tell him to smarten up since he owns the whole company. Any idea he came up with was put in, no matter how stupid. Hell, sometimes he brought his kid into reviews and had the kid give notes. Also, fun fact, the main character shares a name with his kid, and the main character's father's name is the name of his assistant. The production itself was a massive disaster as well. Heffron got sold on using the Unreal Engine for lighting and rendering the series, despite Rainmaker having a superb traditional CG pipeline. Because the first reboot was the first CG show on TV, he wanted to make this show a first as well. So it's the first Unreal Game Engine show on TV. To compound that problem, those of us that came over from a traditional pipeline were given next to no training in Unreal, so we were figuring it out as we went along. The guy that was supposed to be the big know-it-all guy about Unreal ended up being completely incompetent at his job, but was great at kissing Michael's ass and creating conflicts by going behind the art and animation directors' backs. Also, wouldn't be surprised if a #MeToo story comes out about this guy, as he was just creepy in general with the girls on the team. Ooh. The project also went through a number of different art directors as they got fed up and quit due to the related issues. This, of course, caused a lot of issues to the point where most environments in the show were just improvised off of single concept images. Also, in the trailer, you might notice some of the CG shots look extremely crappy and some look good. Here's why that is. The creepy kiss-up guy from earlier convinced Heffron early on that ReBoot wouldn't need a team of lighters, since the game engine will do that automatically for us. So for the first few episodes, there was no team dedicated to lighting the shots, so it fell to the world builders to light those episodes, and as no world builder had any lighting experience, you can see the results. After those episodes were complete, they finally came to the realization that you actually need lighters to get good TV show level lighting, so they hastily hired a team of lighters, but because it was so late in the production schedule, they had to hire basically anybody that applied. So that means the majority of the lighters were straight out of school, and I don't think they finished up hiring that team till episode 11 or 12. Another reason for the crappy-looking CG is because there was absolutely no training provided to the surfacing team on how shaders in Unreal work. So you had them going in blind, muddling their way through, trying to figure out how to make shit work. Hell, the most any of us got for training in Unreal for the whole project was about 2 weeks. I know two people outside the industry outside the industry, surfacing and lighting may not sound important, but they are the subtle things that make something go from looking cheap and bad to looking good in CG. In summary, the production was a complete clusterfuck, with the CEO making all the decisions, refusing to listen to anybody, just making his pet fantasy project about his self-inserted son. But hey, he got what he wanted. He can now say ReBoot the Guardian Code is the first ever show to be made with the Unreal Game Engine and rendered in 4K, plus there's some VR stuff. Which, watch any time he talks about the show. He'll hit on those points. Hell, those are the points we've been told to hit on in the handout they gave us about how we're supposed to talk about the show in public. I'm very sorry about the product we put out there. I can't imagine how hard it is for longtime fans of ReBoot to look at this abomination. If you're holding out any hope for this show, don't. Not only did they spit on the grave of ReBoot, they did it in a badly written, badly acted show. If you're wondering if they tried to do anything to placate you guys, that'd be episode 10. They have all the old main characters in that episode, but only that episode, and it's just as badly written and acted as the other episodes. Do not watch this show. Do not support this show. If you feel the need to satisfy your curiosity about it, wait at least a month after release. Netflix tends to make a decision on renewing for more seasons based on the numbers after about 2 to 4 weeks. So the last thing this show needs is to do well out of morbid curiosity during those weeks and get another season. Oh, there you go.
Yep. So, I want to add some fucking context to this Heffron guy, all right?
Yeah.
So the first thing you guys need to know, this whole ReBoot the Guardian Code thing started because of fan communities like ReBoot Revival, which
Yes.
has been a big thing led by like a couple of people who have been
Lovely
really
original
like
series.
for like
Yeah.
decades now have been trying to get Rainmaker to make a new reboot series, and most of the people behind this project have been wanting to see a continuation of the original series, of the original story. They want to see what happens next. But every single time it got brought up, Rainmaker would be like, no, we're not really interested in that. So,
Yeah.
anyways, we finally got to the point where they said, okay, we're going to do a new reboot series. And it was announced that Heffron would be in charge of it, and he came into the ReBoot Revival fan group, whatever, on Facebook, you know?
All right. Okay. Yeah.
So
It's
this
a great
is
fan group,
what-
by the way.
This is another thing,
Yeah.
another reason why that comment rings very true.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you know anything about his time on that Facebook fan page, you know this guy is a fucking asshole. He came on and he kept like sharing these concepts of what they were doing with the Guardian Code, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people would be like, that's not at all what we want. Please don't do that. They'd be giving him constructive criticism. Not like there was some fucking hatred because
Is it?
the internet,
Oh,
that's always going to
It's
happen.
the internet, yeah.
But-
Good night, Apothecary, and thank you. Sorry, I just want to interject quickly. As of 17 minutes ago, I am now 46.
You old motherfucker.
So I rung in the next year of my life by ranting about ReBoot. Awesome. Carry on, stud. Have a good night, Apothecary. Thank you.
So, Heffron didn't really take well to the overly negative criticism or the constructive criticism. People actually trying to point out, hey, this isn't what people want. This is what you should be doing, maybe, before you get started on. This is before he even really got into it, right? Before they spent much money at all on it. They're saying, do they want this? Please stop. And he did not stop. And eventually he got tired of all the constructive criticism and left a shitty little post about how he didn't want to hear any of it anymore and left the group and like blocked the group. So he didn't have to hear them or listen to them anymore. So these are the fans, by the way, like I mentioned, that were the ones who wanted this the most so that they were working on trying to make it happen for so damn long. They're the reason that ReBoot even got brought back up again as a possible let's reboot this kind of thing, you know? And he just blocked
Thanks,
them.
Roth.
So, if it sounds like he's an asshole in that comment, all I can say is he was an asshole in real life. I saw the fucking comments he made on Facebook.
Yeah.
The actual guy, he's an asshole. And we knew for a long time this probably wasn't going to be very good, but holy shit, this is
I didn't know it was
offensive.
going to be
I
that
did.
bad.
Proved it.
Worse than you thought.
Yeah, there are a few things in that comment, in those posts, that really, God, I want to believe what everything that he wrote is true. I want to believe every little bit of it because it looks like that's what happened. But there are things in there that are said that make me sound like that he really doesn't know what the Unreal Engine even is.
Yeah.
And how it works. And like
Michael,
the poster.
Guy? Yeah.
And the guy that wrote that post. Because he was using stuff like lighters.
Yeah.
Thanks, worm disease.
And stuff like that. And it's just like, those don't exist.
No, he's talking about lighters as a position.
I know. That's what I'm saying is.
Yeah.
That's not how the Unreal Engine works. Is you don't have. You just don't. If you are making a scene, even for a CGI cut scene in a game or a TV show or whatever, part of building the world is creating the textures for the ground and the surface map and the dome map with the lighting on it. Usually, especially with the Unreal Engine specifically, unless you make direct points to add light, which would be spotlights, the dome itself has a world lamp, pretty much, that it runs off of.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's gonna...
So the whole thing about having a team of lighting people and a team of stuff like that,
well, that's the thing, though. Like, you can't just use the default world lamp. I think that was the point he was making.
Well, no, that's all the Unreal Engine has. That's what I'm saying.
Well, but you can write additional light sources into the game. It's not. You can modify the engine. That's the thing is.
Oh yeah, I know you can modify the engine, but
they had to bring a lighting team in.
These are not game. I guess this part that's making me sort of believe it is that these aren't game developers. I know they're not tweaking the engine.
No.
They probably brought a lighting team in. The lighting team wrote custom tools within the fucking engine to do what they need to do for the show. Like, that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
And that's why it looks like shit at first and gets better as it goes on, like lighting-wise.
He definitely sounds like a layman, like he wasn't necessarily involved in all the technical shit, but...
Yeah. He could be a fucking PA or an assistant, for all we know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, just that he's privy to all the...
That's where I'm not saying that this is fake. That's not a real post, blah, blah. So I'm saying it's kind of... There are some things that are said there that, that aren't things. Those aren't positions. That's not, the actual terminology. That's not, if you're a level designer, you are a world builder. That is one. That is a thing. But world building involves surfacers and lighters and whatever the hell those things.
But that's the thing is, I think you just made the point right there. Is that these guys are not game designers. They're not used to working with a game engine. They were used to working with.
Right.
With Mainframe's proprietary software that they created, they're
which is what they should have used.
That's absolutely what they should have used. I mean, the tools were there.
The original rendering pipeline would have been better for the show all overall. Would have had better lighting, would have had better textures, would have had better everything.
Tools that they were familiar with and not having to learn on the fly.
It just looks like a video game cutscene right now.
And it's not even a good one.
Wraparound. Yeah, not even a good one. No, it looks like a mid-level video game.
Unfortunately we don't.
It's like a green light game, dude.
We don't live in a world now where the Unreal Engine doesn't make the best looking games out there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it
looks
like it's a Steam Greenlight game. It's what it looks like. It looks like a half-assed Steam Light game.
Yeah.
Pay $20 for it.
So there's a little bit more to that story because there was an official Facebook page for the new ReBoot series. And I posted a little something that I saw there. It was just a ReBoot the Guardian Code Facebook page. If you search on Facebook right now, you won't find it. Because it's gone.
Deleted it out of disgust.
They actually
Somebody's
removed...
going to have to barf it all up.
They actually
Sounds
removed
like
the page.
Same guy, too, I bet.
So here's the thing. There was a few posts on there where... people were asking, like, what the hell, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Just trying to get some kind of answers. They just kept getting canned responses. So, I don't know if they changed whoever was in charge of the social media stuff or what, but suddenly the canned responses stopped. And they started getting personal responses. So, here's an example of one that I managed to snag. Yeah. So, ReBoot the Guardian Code says... so many secrets to be revealed. And people are like, what the fuck is this? Like, this doesn't even remotely... It's like, ooh, I can't say anything. So Anthony Harris says, there is no secret that will make this worthwhile. We wanted a conclusion to a beloved series with developed characters and a world that felt alive. You have instead sought the lowest common denominator of appealing to kids who have no connection to the series while dismissing and disappointing the people that did. So then the personal response that Mr. Anthony Harris got was from ReBoot the Guardian Code. This is the official response. Says, Anthony Harris, the beloved series you want a conclusion to was canceled. The characters and world you love so much were developed over several seasons. We put out a trailer that barely scratched the surface of what we've created. Appealing to kids isn't the lowest common denominator to us. In fact, we want young fans to watch with their parents. That is the goal. As a fan and an adult who once had a childhood filled with Saturday morning cartoons, The Zone on YTV, and sugar crack cereal, I know it can be difficult to accept that things change. So if this new story set in the ReBoot universe isn't your thing, buy the DVD box set of the original series and cuddle up with your blanket over the heat vent and enjoy.
That one you botched?
But just remember that somewhere in 2018, a kid who never heard of ReBoot is going to watch our show, and it's made for them. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, they'll look up the original. Or maybe, like Star Trek and several other successful sci-fi franchises, there will be fans of both.
Yeah, but Star Trek has been running since fucking the 60s.
Hey, go buy that DVD they fucked up, huh?
So, Anthony Harris responded and said, then name your new show something original and leave me with the box set I've had for ages of the series you're using so I can lament its tarnished ashes. Also, there may well be fans of both, but not nearly as many as there could have been had this been what was asked for. Doing the same thing everyone else does is not the way to build a legacy. So instead you sully one that was already established. So you take your cookie-cutter trite and make those new fans. But please understand why there are those of us that are angry. So that continued sort of back and forth for a little while. Not specifically between them, but, you know, ReBoot the Guardian Code social moderator just yanking out his hair trying to deal with all this ever-increasing tidal wave of angry fans until finally I went to the server to see how things were going today. The page was gone. Just gone. As if it
Do you
never
want to hear
existed.
a few more comments?
Sure.
Okay. So, the first here, I might anger, just even if you're like, all right, I accept this. This might anger a little bit.
All right.
Okay, from ReBoot the Guardian Code. Love reading all of the comments from ReBoot's passionate fans.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
We can't wait to show you more of the exciting news show we've created. I'll be checking in every day to answer questions and talk about ReBoot the Guardian Code with fans both new and old.
Until we delete the page.
When we began the journey of creating the new series, we anticipated many types of fan reactions, including some of the negative ones. So if you need to vent, that's fine. We're here to listen.
Oh, yeah, right.
We're going to tell an awesome story with great animation and compelling characters, and we feel that after you've watched it, you'll feel we accomplished that goal.
So compelling to you, then.
Until we tell you you're wrong and you delete the page and run away and cry like a whiny little
Yeah.
bit.
Okay.
Yeah, here's the response that got me the most, right?
Okay.
Hi, Tom. We assume you've seen the news that we released about ReBoot the Guardian Code now. We were not able to announce this previously. We would love to bring back the old series and finish it off. Hopefully, the new show's popularity will allow us to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Which, to me, reads exactly like them saying, if you want if you want the series continued from back in the day,
yeah,
you have to support this one.
No.
You better support this, or we're not going to give you what you want.
And even if you do
That's just
support
like an
this,
ultimatum.
we might not give you what you want either. But the chances will be better.
Fucking you. Fuck and you. That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, after that big long response from Reboot the Guardian Code Facebook page, we love hearing your responses and all your negative stuff and venting. The next day, they deleted the Facebook page. Literally the next day. And
so much.
I think that, they quickly realized, wait a minute, there isn't a single positive comment here. This is nothing but negative reactions. Uh-oh.
Even Nickelodeon knows how to fucking run with the crap that they're receiving from the new TMNT show, right? Like,
I'm gonna automatically
that's
download
like 80% negative crap that Nickelodeon is receiving. At least 80%. There's some positive in there, but most people are fucking tearing that shit.
Yeah, but is Nickelodeon going to delete all their social media? No.
No, they don't.
They take it like a man.
Well, the thing is, someone is being paid to take that shit and deal with it.
Exactly.
And the
I don't
person
think
who
Rainmaker
was
has
paid to do that.
deal with that shit. That's the funny part. Is I think the pages are getting deleted because these people are leaving and they can't afford to hire someone else who has the balls to deal with it.
It's like, I don't want to deal with all those people, all those angry fans. No. So yeah, I think what happened was they just flat out were not prepared to deal with such a universally, unanimously negative backlash. Like, they just don't know how to cope with it, and they realize they done fucked up. They're backpedaling, they're panicking, they're freaking out, trying to find some way to do some damage control. And
if it somehow
think
gets
they're
a second
screwed.
season and Netflix announces it, we all reading tweets and messages to Netflix saying, "Please don't give these people money. They're fucking fans over. We don't actually want it. Please don't give them money.
Yeah.
Send this money elsewhere, please."
I will honestly, be amazed if Netflix even decides to show the entire season.
Well, it's going to be...
Not put the whole series up. Not put the whole one up.
It's an episodes at once thing.
Yeah, they'll all be up.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's going to get a second season. Let's hope not.
Oh, I highly doubt that.
Hit the thumbs down button, immediately. No thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, I was pretty hard pressed in believing that when Thundercats got rebooted, that wasn't going to last a season, and sure enough, I was dead on the nail for that one.
Yeah.
After watching the first 4 episodes of that one, watched it when it aired, and then I realized, wow, obviously nowhere near as bad as this. No,
at least they tried to do something.
They actually did try, but the only issue there is there were a lot of people who had never watched the original show. That was their big flaw on that one.
Did it assume a lot of prior knowledge?
No. If you could have had any knowledge and watched that show, it would have been fine. In fact, you could even like that show having no knowledge of the original series. But having knowledge of the original series, I was disappointed with a lot of the choices they made with the reboot series.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad show. I just don't think I would continue on with it because it was not my style.
Yeah, and it didn't last a season because the fan base that it was trying to grab, the people who never heard of Thundercats didn't really like the show. And it didn't really appeal to fans of Thundercats, so it was dead in the water.
Oh well.
So it wasn't going anywhere.
I bought the Blu-ray. I still have to watch it though.
That was a traditional platform for them to put it on though. That was on Cartoon Network, right? So,
yeah.
So that's a traditional television platform where if it doesn't do well, they're going to immediately cut it off. Netflix, even if it's bad, if people are watching it, they will give it a second. That's all that matters.
Season. That's the only thing that's worrying me, though, is you always got to look back and you look at how many Adam Sandler movies did they fund?
Yeah.
Just keep that one in mind.
The Western wasn't that bad.
People watch them.
The Western was pretty bad.
People like shitty Adam Sandler movies, all right? I mean,
yes,
God bless them. They can have their shitty Adam Sandler movies if they want to.
Yeah.
The Western was better than the Cobbler.
On Netflix.
But it wasn't.
The Cobbler was fucking awful.
But it wasn't good enough that I can remember the fucking title. There you go.
So, I still stand that that's a good example of Netflix will throw money at something even if it's absolute shit. worst thing ever.
Well,
They-
what
they
the
will-
Adam Sandler thing is they
Hey,
actually,
thanks, Major Batoko.
because it's original content.
specifically the Adam Sandler, they had several picture deals, so they're gonna put those movies out because they paid for them already. You know.
Right. You know, and the fact that Netflix is really, really pushing for original content. So they just need something there.
Well, then good
the
content
moment.
and bad content. So there's different tastes in film, right? I don't like Adam Sandler films, but somebody out there is Adam Sandler's
I
biggest.
haven't liked an Adam Sandler.
And-
Netflix sucks
and they
because they
love
don't
his
have
fucking
Cousin
comedy.
Eddie movie at Christmas.
And you know what? I don't see a reason why in this world we can't give Adam Sandler money and Terrence Malick money to make movies, and that's a fucking equality in the universe, right? As long as Terrence Malick gets to make movies, I think Adam Sandler should be able to make movies, and I think they should be equally promoted, and I think they should have a chance of finding an audience. That's what I believe in. I don't even like Adam Sandler, but I think he should have a chance to make movies as much as anybody else, even though I don't like him. I hate Tyler Perry's fucking Medea films, but you know what? Let him fucking make it until his face turns blue, if that's what he wants to do. You know?
Well,
That's how
I think you got to understand Netflix's approach to this, right? For a long time, they were able to offer a variety of like really popular stuff from other studios because they were getting it at a fairly low price. Because at the time, the studios didn't think that this streaming thing was going to take off. They really didn't.
They really did.
They were just like, "Oh, this is a joke. It's not going to work at all." But we'll be able to make a little bit of extra money on this, so we'll just charge them tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands, right? Now that they know that it's popular and people are like switching to using streaming instead of using a cable and stuff,
Yeah.
they're just
Or
like,
buying
okay,
physical
we're going to start charging you for even like the halfway good movies. We're going to start charging you millions of dollars.
Yeah,
And
they
at that
charge
point,
more now.
at that point, Netflix has to make the decision. Am I going to spend millions of dollars on this movie that might not perform very well on my service? Or am I going to spend millions of dollars literally creating new content?
They'll spend millions of dollars for a new release, which they will still do. A bunch of new release movies every month, and that's. But I mean, outside of those, I think, they're focusing on more on original content because that's what they can offer with their service.
Yeah, because
you know?
they can make their initial investment back plus more with the excitement of original content versus betting on something that's already existing. It's that excitement of suckering in someone at least once
Oh, you say.
But if
because
I
they
will
don't know
say
anything
this,
about it. It's how
if
movies
they
work.
do
Sean?
give this a second season,
My girlfriend has a thing to say to you.
Happy Great Vagina Escape Day!
Yay!
There you go.
Thank you.
That's where you see it.
It
I've
is.
escaped my mom's vagina.
I love this person.
Finally.
This white person.
It only took
And if you
46
really
years.
think about it, you've been deeper in your mom than your dad ever
I
had.
don't need to
That's
know
right.
the details at all.
Congratulations on escaping
But-
what's basically your first apartment.
But JL JL by mistake elucidates a good point and says Netflix lost ET to last month to HBO. HBO's got a streaming service. Showtime's got a streaming service. Who else? Every
HBO
fucking buddy.
plays one?
Disney's gonna have one in a year and a half.
Yeah.
You know.
It's
CBS,
the video
NBC.
game crash of 1983 with streaming services all over again.
Well, that's what's gonna happen. Everyone's gonna have their own streaming service, but none of them are gonna do well except Netflix and Hulu because they've been around forever and
They're
they
in
have
the long
loyalty.
main face, and they have a pretty solid anchor in the ground.
And
Oh,
Disney will
yeah.
do well too because Disney has a really
They're-
strong brand.
Yeah,
loyalty.
and Disney is
There's-
just big enough to be able to take the blow.
Marvel and
There's-
cartoons.
Disney
Their
will buy
streaming
Netflix.
game. Their streaming game is on point.
Have,
That's
fucking.
what I was trying to say.
Well,
Thank
I don't know if they'll be on point. Their websites are shit. So I think
Everyone-
what's going to happen is their streaming service.
Yeah, the Disney movie.
Talking
goes-
about Netflix. You guys talked so long and went to so many other topics I couldn't get it in time.
Sorry.
poor Sean.
My world.
No.
Why do you think I
Yeah,
just sit
that
here
is-
quiet half
That
the
is his world
Fuming.
all the time.
And Stromdog also says Amazon is making more and more original content as well, competing with Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah, Amazon's going to do well too because
Amazon will definitely do
Amazon's original movies are just like a fucking killer at this point right now.
Nice.
Dude,
And they've
I
got
think
like
Netflix does a great job at most of their original movies, and they're good ones.
Amazon has greenlit a shit ton of series that I
Yeah.
want to watch all of them.
Wheel of Time, Lord of the Rings, Dark Tower.
Yeah, Dark Tower, Lord of the Rings,
Snow Crash.
Conan.
Snow Crash.
Snow Crash, yeah, that's another one.
Novel I couldn't get into, but I really wanted to, so I'm looking forward to the series.
Good old The Adventures of Hero Protagonist.
Same with the Wheel of Time. I read the first part of the first book of Wheel of Time, and I couldn't get into it.
Wheel of Time, that's the other one. I knew there was another
But I
big one.
really, really wanted to like it, and so I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that series as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand the books can be a little long-winded.
And
at
daunting
times.
is how I describe them.
Yeah. Yeah, well, isn't there like 17 of them? And they're all equally massive?
Know how many there are, but they're all very large, I feel.
They are.
The first one's very big, and I got through almost through part one before I was like, you know what? This is not worth my time. I need to
going
find
to
something that's
take
more entertaining
forever.
for me.
Yeah.
And I know. It's not a bad book, it's just not my style of entertainment. Like,
I see.
shit on anyone. Like, I need
Well, you mean
I have a very
stuff
short
that's
attention
good?
I need more fast action, less detail. God damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, more tits and more explosions, please.
Yeah, Robert Jordan like to pour on the detail, apparently. Some fans
Yeah.
are saying, like, what, is he getting paid by the word? Like, seriously. How many different ways do you need to describe the mountain he's looking at? Just climb the damn thing!
Stephen King does the same thing. I like Stephen King's short stories, but his long fiction tends to be a bit long in the tooth at times, and so...
Rambly. Yeah.
And then Lord of the Rings, there's
I'm a
20
child
pages on a fucking tree that was
made
where
it.
somebody fucked their mother.
I made it all the way to the point where they're hiding in the caves with the Riders of Rohan,
Oh.
and then I gave up. And then somewhere in the middle of Return of the King, and the movie came out, and it's like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch the movies.
There
So,
you go.
but I enjoyed those books, but there was a lot of detail in them. Yes.
Well, that's okay. I mean, the movies are completely accurate to the books in every way anyway, so... basically you've read the book if you watch the movies.
It's there's some changes, but I actually kind of like the changes. Just saying.
I don't mind the changes. We got more Legolas. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Prime just
Legolas.
Legless.
Lego, Legolas. Yes.
Yes, Legolas. Yes, there you go.
read Manic Prime's comment.
I can't. I'm on a different tab. Hold on a second. Manic Prime's comment. Any word on that show about a time-traveling pasteurizing cow? I think it's called Dr. Moo.
You're fired.
Exclamation point, stare, go to the fucking Discord.
Yeah, that's right.
Sit in the corner and think of what you did.
Pickups?
Oh, yeah,
Pickups?
pickups. I
Yes,
knew we were
please.
forgetting something.
Pickups?
Let's do pickups. Let's
I just want
start
to say
it.
one last thing, honestly.
Okay, new reboot sucks. Okay, good. Now, on to
about
pickups.
Oh, I have more things to
If Netflix does announce that they're going to greenlight a second season, I'm going to threaten and be like, listen, I've been a Netflix user since 2006. If you do this, I might have to think about canceling my subscription.
You're not going to cancel your subscription, you
after a
liar.
decade of supporting it. Yeah, well, maybe I won't, but
I might consider thinking about the possibility.
No. He'll
If
totally
you do
cancel it
this.
until Jessica Jones season 2 comes out, and I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
back.
right.
I'm back. They'll be on for a week.
Fine. All right, pickups.
I was gonna say one last thing. Watch Mute. It's awesome.
All right, everybody watch
Jessica
Mute.
Jones is awesome. Go.
Okay, Zachary Jones.
Yay.
That's
I got a $1 Batman fidget cube.
Ooh, $1.
And
Yeah,
it's better than it is better than the fucking knockoff fidget cube that I bought.
I'd buy that for
You got it from Walmart?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually an official fidget cube, so that's why it's better than the knockoff.
And it was $1.
That's because it's on clearance, but yes.
Oh yeah, the Frankenstein Chronicles. I keep seeing that name as a Netflix show, so I need to see it. 'Cause
Also on
Frankenstein.
clearance.
Yeah,
My
but-
first Funko Pop.
Nice.
Oh, I want one.
Gladiator Hulk bobblehead.
where did you find that on clearance? I want it.
I don't Planet
Walmart.
Hulk. Hulk.
Oh, I gotta look. I gotta look at Walmart.
It's Planet Hulk. I don't care what its box says.
And the 97
It totally
cent
is.
Hot Wheel rack. The 89 Batmobile.
Oh yes.
And then I ordered one for Skin Slip too.
Yeah.
Batman Forever.
Oh, the Batman Forever
Which-
one. Nice.
They were cheap because
I have to nitpick because I am so familiar with this Batmobile. That bat symbol should be stationary.
That is correct. Yes.
So that's big.
they don't do that with Hot Wheels though. So
Yeah.
you gotta forgive them a little bit. What you need to do is glue the axles so that the wheels are like so you can
probably-
so you can set it perfectly once the thing's still.
I'm sure if you shopped around, you could find a larger, far more expensive replica that does that correctly.
The $20 level one, I think, has
Yeah.
standards has hubcaps that don't move. Yes.
Then as far as Blu-rays, I got Assault on Precinct 13.
Nice.
Good feel out of it.
Excuse me. That's not what that was.
And I also picked up the 2-disc special edition 20th anniversary edition of Avatar.
Nice. Does that have the like super duper extended 4-hour long cut?
Yes.
Fucking A. That's the only one I've seen.
And I paid the extra. I paid the extra $2 to get the extra disc
Nice.
because it was on sale for $5.99 just the movie,
Sweet.
and this one was like not even $8.
I think I have that same edition somewhere.
That's it.
I was also very late to the Dances with Wolves party. Finally watched it, and
Or
it's
as
like,
my
yeah,
dad called it,
I can
dances.
see why this won a bunch of awards. That was a pretty good movie. All right, Stout Man, what you got?
First, I'm going to read out loud Thrashed Finger's last comment.
Okay.
I'd watch the next season of the new reboot if it's a hentai.
Amen.
Got a little dot action going.
Okay, so
All those
found-
tentacles from the web.
I only got 2 things this week.
It's a
And
web
what-
creature. Web creature.
No, that black thing that came out of Hexadecimal's mirror.
Yeah, well, that was a web creature.
Uh,
And of course, it came out of Hexadecimal's mirror, who basically spent the whole series dressed up in S&M gear.
yeah, pretty much. Anyway, Ghost Out.
So for like $3.50 shipped, I found this on eBay,
Nice.
All in the
The
family.
complete series.
Yes.
which I've been the first season,
Oh,
which I've been wanting to watch recently because of recent political events and
because of all the racism in the
Go
Really?
look
world
at the
now.
Yeah.
Go look at the Orange Gun Control clip and
Yeah.
fucking be sad.
I can probably just watch it now. I'm sure it's in one of the
That's a
issues.
great show.
But then for free with my Amazon gift card, I got all 3 Madagascar movies.
Yay! Only ever seen the first one.
Yeah, me too. I've seen like bits and pieces of the other ones, but not the others.
Oh, wait a
entirely.
minute. I've seen some of the Prince Julian TV series.
Oh.
I still contend that the first
Oh.
one was my most hated fucking
But
movie.
this was like $13 on Amazon, so
I've seen a bunch of episodes of the Penguins of Madagascar. That's pretty funny.
Those were the only funny part about the fucking Madagascar.
Love those penguins. Is that it?
that was it.
Oh,
2
okay.
things.
All right. Garbage Gamer! Get anything?
Yes.
Okay.
I have things and stuff.
Yay!
So what do you want? Do you want things or stuff first?
Let's go with
Things.
stuff. Just to mix it up a
Stuff.
bit.
Alrighty.
I'll show you.
So if you followed me on Discord at all, you would have
Never. What's a Discord?
you would have noticed that I got really excited about some new computer parts that we talked about in last week's.
I got some more RAM!
Nobody
I actually did.
Oh.
I got a 56 core system.
Spoilers. Sorry.
So the first thing I picked up this ASRock motherboard.
Nice.
ASRock
ASRock.
HD VOR.
I've got an ASRock motherboard. It's actually
These are
pretty
cool.
good.
This is a micro ATX board. It was about
Nice.
$50.
I got an ATX board also.
This
I
is for
picked
your,
up-
this is for your arcade machine, right?
Yes.
Nice.
I picked up 8 gigs of 3200 megahertz RAM from T-Force.
T-Force.
It's literally the cheapest RAM I could find, and it literally
That's
Is that
free.
T-Force? Is that T-Force as in Mr. T and the?
stands for team.
Yes.
It apparently stands for Team Force.
Oh,
I
that's
have
lame.
some of that memory too, Eric.
Yeah, it's the T-Force.
Nice. Vulcan.
I just noticed now, actually, the middle part says the power from Team Group.
I love
listen,
Team Group.
If he needs more or better RAM, he can just download it. It's fine. It's fine.
That's true.
But the whole thing tying the whole room together like a wonderful
I
carpet
loaded him upgrade earlier.
is the Ryzen 5 2400G.
Ryzen.
This is AMD's new APU. This is what I was talking about last week.
It's beautiful.
This thing was $169. It's amazing how cheap that was.
That's pretty damn cheap for a brand new freaking processor.
Yeah, that's not only just a processor, it's an APU, which has a graphics card in it. So, yeah, AMD's always obviously known for having cheap stuff. So the whole thing is built over here. I'm stress testing it right now. I'm running Soul Calibur 2.
So much stress.
But I'm just making sure everything's stable before I go bolting everything into my arcade machine.
Good idea.
Yeah, it's just sitting right here. How tiny it is.
Look at how stressed it is. And you just feel the stress
That is really tiny.
emanating from it.
So yeah, it's emulating the GameCube playing Soul Calibur 2.
Nice.
So that was one of the most stressful things I could
Oh
think
my
of.
god. Oh, Junix, you're so late to that party. Junix just says, Zaranyzerak, so Sean, if I missed your thoughts, I was curious what you think of the new and improved reboot of ReBoot coming to Netflix.
We spent an hour talking about
rewind about an hour when we're done.
Yeah.
We
Just go back to the
literally
beginning of the show and wait for like 15 minutes.
we talked about it almost the entire night, and there's much ranting
We
and
talked
raging
about it
and
for like 30
frothing.
minutes for the show, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely
So yeah,
the
so
topic
that's
of the week.
that's the computer stuff. That all was amazing. Like, I would recommend this build for someone building their first gaming rig.
Nice.
Because this thing, as to compare for power and that kind of stuff, you can play games like Overwatch at 1080p medium settings, about a console what you would get out of a console, and yeah, it would hit at 60 frames per second flat.
Was it doing low settings? That's what I play on.
Over 90.
Because right now I do on my PC, I do 75 to 85 frames at low settings on my current setup.
I've seen some
kind of same brain
benchmarks
memory.
for the 2400G. I've seen some benchmarks hit 100 plus.
Nice.
But
I really
that
don't need more than 60 to be fair, but
again, with an APU, it does not have its own dedicated RAM. It uses the system's RAM, so you would need that to be as fast as possible, which is why this was 3200 megahertz.
yep.
Usually you'd get the cheapest ones you could find, the slowest ones you could find, like 2133 or something like that.
I got 2800s because they were like literally $50 cheaper, and it's like, oh, fine.
So yeah, the 2200G is $99. This thing's 169 because it's a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So yeah, $300
It's all about
was
the
what
Pentiums,
everything
baby.
cost. $300
That's
flat.
pretty crazy.
So
That's why I bought an AOS Rock motherboard and that same kind of memory because it was cheap.
Dying. Okay. Good. Good now.
so yeah, so that's the stuff. Now on to the things.
Yay, things!
I went to ye old half price books today. Picked up a couple PS2 games.
Yay, PS2!
The one, Sean, if you've ever played this, you need to play it again. If you haven't, you need to play it.
Okay.
That is PsyOps: The Mindgate Conspiracy.
Heard of it, never played it.
You need to play this.
Okay.
Holy crap. You're literally a super soldier with like all these telekinetic psychokinesis, powers. You can like pick up bodies and fling them around and
Nice.
stuff like that. It was
I
one of
love
the first
stuff like
games
that.
to do that, and then it's just it's so much fun. Imagine, and like dudes even look like they're from Killzone.
Oh, nice. They do. They totally do.
So it's a third person shooter, and yeah, it's just I remember playing through and having so much fun with this.
Nice.
All I can think of when I think of Sean playing third person or anything is his gameplay of that game, where he's just jumping up trying to escape. Like, no.
Oh, that was
Playing Splinter Cell.
That was
that was
so
Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally my favorite gameplay moment ever.
Jumping
Bit of
up
a
and
fun
down
fact.
and
Literally
broad.
in the alley, jumping up and down while a guy's like, look, there, and just starts shooting at him. Jumping. He shot to death. It's
A
just-
bit of a fun fact about PsyOps here. This is a spiritual sequel or successor to the popular Siphon Filter games.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it plays very similar to Siphon Filter.
Similarly.
Similarly.
You
So
can
he
get all
will
the-
jump up like
you-
this while being shot by people, is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
You can get all the original Siphon filters, including the PS1 original, on PSN.
Yes, you can. Actually, I have most of them.
Yeah. I've been meaning
So
to
this
get
one,
them.
I saw this at Half Price Books, and I was looking around like, okay, no one's noticing. No one noticing it's this cheap. I got this for $3.50,
Hmm.
and that's Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
This
I-
game,
yeah.
if you find this complete in box on, no, there'll be a couple eBay ads. You can get it for like $9, $10, but most
Yeah.
people sell this for $30 to $40.
Wow.
Mhm.
This is the sought after version of the Budokai series.
Nice.
Before it went to, what is it, Tenkaichi, which made it like all 3D and shit.
Oh, okay,
This
yeah.
is still a traditional side-to-side fighting game.
Yeah, more like 2D animation.
Right, it's with all 3D models and shit, but it's 2D fighting. And there was the Budokai, Budokai 2, and Budokai 3, and this is the one that everyone wants, because this was the only one that wasn't HD remastered for the PlayStation 3,
Oh,
and no one knows why.
they,
Sounds
but all
right.
the other
It was
ones
just-
were?
it was just skipped for some reason.
Weird.
Maybe
Um,
since they don't want the assets, you know.
Maybe, I don't know. There wasn't really any official information as to why it was skipped. Because they're all done by Funimation. They're all done by the same company.
Maybe some sort of trickery that the PS3 can't emulate that the PS2 could do. Because you know, a lot of those game designers, when they make games, they use flaws in the system to make things happen in the game, and
That's-
emulation
yeah.
oftentimes has problem with doing stuff like that. So maybe that it might be
The-
something like that, right?
The beloved glitches.
Yes. Well, like you know,
glitches in my britches.
you can use like glitches in the way sprites move to make enemy bosses move unnaturally fast or whatever. You can do things like that,
true,
right?
yeah. The hardware.
Like old
exploits.
NES games. So I mean, like I would assume there might be something like similar to that, and that's
Yeah.
why a lot of those games can't be emulated or whatever.
Yeah, I remember when they did Super Mario All Stars, they talked about that, how there was a lot of little things like that in the original NES versions of the games, and they did as well as they could to keep all of those in for the Super Mario All Stars version of those beloved
Right.
games, because they wanted it to be as accurate as possible, just be strictly a graphics upgrade. Well, graphics and sound, obviously, but gameplay-wise, they wanted all the same glitches and all, so they did their best to keep it accurate.
Yeah. So those are the PS2 games. Like I said, this is for games. This is pick up of the day. Like holy crap!
That's pretty sweet, yeah.
And it's just a pretty looking box.
It
You
is,
know,
it's all shiny.
Oil. So it's cool. So
pretty.
on to got some movies and
All them are around. I don't know.
stuff like that. So we saw for $7 at the old Wally World.
Dying here.
Picked up Never Ending Story,
Never ending story.
or as my dad calls it, the Never Ending Movie.
I love
I've never
bud.
seen it.
Oh, it's wonderful.
What?
It's
Zach,
wonderful.
get on
See
there.
it.
All right.
I have read the book. My father
Also-
said I could see the movie if I finished the book. So I read the book, and then I went to see the movie.
And if you like the first movie, you can watch the first sequel, but please do yourself a favor and stop there.
Yes.
Well, the
But
thing
Jack
is,
Black.
well, hold on. The first movie
Shut up,
I
Sam.
discovered, having just read the
Yeah.
book, only literally adapts the first half of the book. The entire second half of the book is the second movie. So between the two movies, you basically get the book.
Yep.
So
I really like the second movie. I really do.
I haven't
So
seen it in a
the
million
next
years.
movie I picked up to bridge the gap between Cloverfield and the Cloverfield Paradox, I picked up 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I still need to get that.
I have
Good.
actually not seen this yet.
No, neither have I.
Did you see Paradox?
No, I have not seen Paradox purposefully.
Okay, good.
I
Don't. Yeah, watch that next.
I wanted to watch this first.
Probably
So-
refresh yourself on Cloverfield too.
Yeah, I have that over there, so I just need to watch that.
Cloverfield is great.
Yeah, but I don't know why I'm waiting so long to see this. I mean, I love John Goodman, so like
Yeah.
that, and this movie sounded so amazing, and I'm just like, why did I wait to watch this?
John
haven't
is not
seen
a
it.
good man in that movie.
Oh.
It's probably the best film it's going to be, even with all the extra reshoots to make it a Cloverfield film.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good movie before then, so the tack on stuff doesn't feel so bad. It feels more natural, right? 'Cause it's a good movie, so you're not really bothered by it as much.
I picked up another one of those Funimation save sets. The Funimation saves, and ironically, I mean, I was looking at this, mentioned it last week. I was looking at it literally last night, and walked into Half Price Books, and there it was sitting on the shelf for about $1 cheaper, and that was Dance in the Vampire Bund.
I remember you telling me about that one.
Yeah, it's a 12 episode from like story completion show. This comes on 2 discs, and it's surprisingly good.
Mixed reviews on that one. I remember you recommended that, and some people saying, "No, don't." And I was like, "What are you talking about? It's great." So I was like, "Clearly, I just have to see for myself."
I mean, you got to.
My girlfriend says she liked it, so.
Oh, there you go. Then.
It's pretty good. The only real thing that was why people don't like it is the main character or the actual vampire and stuff like that. Is she's portrayed through most of the movie as like a little girl. And stuff like that, but she dresses like this, so it's like it leaves a lot of people very uncomfortable. But if you can get that through your mind that she's actually a really old vampire,
like hundreds of years old,
vampire terms, it's just
she's like 300 something years old in the show, stuff like that, and because she hits on other characters and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a great show if you've never seen it.
I'm down for pretty much anything vampires, so I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, and it's literally like. I mean, it takes that story, kind of like how Metropolis took the equality between robots and humans and the levels of that kind of equality and that kind of stuff. But it throws it in with vampires and humans.
Interesting.
So
yeah, that kind of reminds me of Interview with the Vampire, and there's kind of a creepy thing with a child vampire in that one too. So
yeah.
Look. Interview with the Vampire, the movie. I've read the novel and I've seen the movie. That's another one I would love to see, like Netflix or Amazon pick up and make into a series because the
Vampire Chronicles. Fuck
yeah, it's the whole fucking thing. Yeah,
that'd be great. Yeah,
including all the weird spin-offs she's been doing since she became religious and then became not religious again. And then I think.
Yeah.
I don't know where she stands, but anyway, she's like I think she's a Republican, which is basically like religious, but not.
No, she's not.
No, she's not.
I don't think so. No, I'm pretty sure she's.
Her son will never talk to her again.
I don't know if she's even specifically party affiliated. I think she's just kind of.
Anyway, I'm wrong.
Her own beliefs.
So this last pickup I have.
Regardless,
when I saw it on the shelf, I nearly shit a brick because of the price. One, it was only like $10, and I'm like, that's $10. Then I realized once I got home that it technically is incomplete, but not in a bad way. It's like just something I can pick up later. It was just inserted in. And that is the gift set of Batman: The Killing Joke.
Oh, nice. You son of a bitch!
That's pretty nice. Holy shit!
The thing that is missing from this is the graphic novel. Hardbound book that it normally comes with. I didn't find out till I got home and researched it that it's supposed to come with that.
Damn it.
And it doesn't. But it has the figure and the Blu-ray with the slipcover.
Nice.
So it's not like a smaller version of the book like hidden away in the box there somewhere, right?
No. So it's
because the graphic novel was only 48 pages. It was like basically
it's pretty small.
A double issue.
It didn't come with the actual Killing Joke. It came with like another.
Oh, it was like another.
Yeah, it was. Oh, hold on. Let me find out what it was.
It's the first Batgirl story, I think, right?
No, I don't think so.
I think it was The Man Who Laughs. It was what it came
it was The Man Who Laughs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good story, though. That's a really good one.
Nice.
It was in a more digestible sized thing to fit in the case.
Yeah. Okay.
Man Who Laughs is good. You should definitely check that out. I think that would be a really good one to adapt into an anime.
Yeah.
Too.
The Man Who Laughs. I can pick up The Man Who Laughs for like $10 on Amazon. So.
Yeah. You check it out. Good stuff.
So it's something I could buy later and just put it back in the set. So I'm not overly upset by it.
That's
not
pretty
being
nice
here.
that it came with the slipcover though.
It came with and with the figurine.
Oh, that's a nice figurine.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
So
Yeah,
I was really surprised to see that for like $9, like $9 or $10.
I always like the Killing Joke style of the Joker, like just the visual of him in that. It's really, really good design. Thank you,
I
Brian
need to
Bolins.
watch it again. I don't remember anything about it. I mean, I know the story. I just don't remember anything about this movie in particular.
So the first thing you do, as soon as it starts playing, is chapter skip.
No. Now that first story is based off like...
Stupid.
No,
it's not. It's not based on anything. It's
Yes,
an original.
it is.
No, it isn't.
It's-
It's a Brian Azzarello original. Look it
That's
up.
great. I don't give a shit what Brian Azzarello wrote. It's based off fucking Batgirl special. I fucking have it. It's basically the same fucking thing, alright? I don't give a
Okay.
shit that he rewrote it for the fucking screen. It's based off a fucking special. It's like
Okay.
the last Batgirl story that takes place before The Killing Joke, okay?
But the Killing Joke isn't canon.
Actually, no. The Killing Joke is canon because Barbara Gordon's fucking paralyzed. So she is canon. It is canon. Okay? So you're wrong. It was originally written as not canon, but later became recognized as canon, which happens all the time in comics.
But that Batgirl story is stupid.
No, it isn't.
Yes,
You're
it is.
stupid.
It's horrible.
Liquid Swords is the best
Chapter
one.
skip.
It's not horrible either.
Chapter skip. Get to the real story.
Mountain Dew is the best soda ever made.
It's so kind of them to put that chapter
on
right
this one.
there
Stop trolling.
because they knew that's what
It's
everyone
awesome.
would want to do.
I don't
It's
care.
not awesome. Oh my god, it is not not awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's
The Killing Joke part
amazing.
is. The Batgirl
Okay.
story is not. It is
Mopar
garbage.
says that Sean is being a little bitch.
No, but regardless of anything, I legitimately hate that Batgirl story, and I think it had no place in that movie. It's completely the wrong tone.
So the
in
last
every conceivable way.
pickup that I have, I actually bought last night. Digital is on Steam. I'm just going to tell you what it is. I picked up the new Dragon Ball Fighters game.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I knew that perked our Discord moderator. He as soon as I loaded it, he instantly sent me a message he goes, "Ooh." So it's because he's really big into. He plays Overwatch with Skin Slip.
Yeah.
And I used to play with him for a while. I just haven't really touched Overwatch. But yeah, I mean, I've been playing a little bit of it. It runs on my arcade machine, so it's definitely going on that. And yeah, it's kind of the fighting game that most DBZ fans have always wanted, to be honest with you. He's super fast, really overly flashy, a lot of explosions and cutscenes and combos and references, and it's fandom overload on so yeah, so that's it.
Cool.
That's everything.
All right, Skin Slip. What do you got?
Nothing.
Really? Wow. Okay.
I'm bored, motherfucker. The fuck you want from me? I'm broke. I'm broke, motherfucker.
Okay.
I'm fucking poor. Back the fuck off my jock, bitch.
Breathe out.
Funny.
You're
Really go back and watch my Batgirl story twice just to fucking see.
Good, you enjoy that. I want to watch something good. Anyway,
I will watch something good. Something great.
no.
Something awesome.
Oh, Batman! I want to fuck you on this
Legitimately
rooftop.
better-
Just shut up.
legitimately
Just get to the
betterly
Killing
animated.
Joke already. I'll have to go consult with my completely stereotypical trope of gay people, gay friend, for his gay advice of gayness.
I will agree that the character was stupid. That is one
totally.
flaw of it, yeah.
It's like, really? Could we make
I'll
this
agree with
character any more stereotypical?
That was
perfect because it was in the 80s, and
Yeah, it's like, this is the
it
way.
was technically written in the 80s, to be fair.
Yeah.
Token gay guy.
Oh
Fucking
yeah,
random
my
person.
turn. So I'm so zoned. I had a really rough day at work today. First call of the day was a guy literally screaming and yelling at me and cursing.
where's
and,
the input button?
Did you go
You're like,
slower
this is
just to
a
spite him?
Good day.
Well, I told him to stop talking to me like that. Or I'm going to disconnect the call. That's your one and only warning. because I'm not in the mood.
And then you should have gone extra slow just to spite him.
He started screaming and yelling more, so I was like, okay, goodbye. Click.
And you warned him.
Yeah.
Right, now.
Anyway,
You can't do this to me.
Stuff that I got. So I got the others. I thought I should finish the set. I picked up Futurama Bender's Game.
Yay!
On Blu-ray. And this comes with like art cards and shit too, so that's pretty cool. There will be a closer look. We'll get a closer look at them. And also got Futurama Into the Wild Green Yonder, and that is the last thing I needed. I now have all things Futurama, all the high def ones in high def, and it's all wonderful. And because you guys keep on talking about it, like almost every week since the new series came out, or anytime the subject comes up, I finally picked up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. 3D edition, of course.
It was pretty good.
So I'm finally going to see it. It does have the slipcover, but honestly, the slipcover is kind of lame. It's 3D edition. It's not even lenticular or anything. It's not even embossed.
I got the one with the fucking face masks, and I basically just have it set off to the side because it's too fucking fat to fit in my shelf.
Oh, cool. What else?
Tear that part off, you know.
Nah. Never to diminish the value. It's
also, I always really liked the original 7, as convoluted and crazy as they get over the course of them. Hey, thanks, Hosted Radio. So when I heard they were doing a new one, I was like, huh, that's interesting. The last one kind of tied everything up nicely, but I'm down for a new one. You have to do a good job of it. So I picked up Jigsaw, or Decadence, La Heritage.
Yeah, you don't say. Wow.
I love the Decadence movies.
I want to see it. I've seen the other 7, but I have no hopes that it'll be any good.
As long as it's, I don't know, got some
There's
devious
nothing
traps.
decadent about that movie. I can tell you right now.
I'm going in thinking it's not going to be that good, and if it's better than that, great. I enjoyed myself, and it's about that level. Great.
I should say this is actually kind of a cool slipcover. I don't know how well you can pick it up there, but it's all textured. Like all the cracks in the face and everything here are textured on the slipcover. Cool. Yeah, it's pretty neat. So that's very nice.
That's a red slipcover, not gonna lie.
And next up, speaking of Batman movies, picked up the latest one, Batman: Gotham by Gaslight. And of course, the day after I bought the 4K Ultra HD edition, because it's the only high def one they had, they got a bunch more of the Steelbook in stock. So, well, fuck it. Enjoy it, scalpers. I already got it, so I'm not too broken up about it. And then finally, last but not least, if you were checking out my YouTube video, you would have seen a 14-second long video yesterday that gives away what this one is. Got the Blu-ray of Threads. Check out this
That's Severin release, right?
That is the Severin release, yes.
Good boy, that's Severin. That's my favorite label. Actually.
Very nice.
Give me.
They released one of my favorite movies, Dr. Butcher MD, in a better than it ever deserved edition.
So I got this I pre-ordered this, got it in the mail yesterday. The regular edition came out at the end of January. This came out middle of February, apparently. So anyway, I pre-ordered it. Just arrived yesterday, and I immediately popped it in the player and watched it. So
I think the lenticular covers took longer to produce than they expected.
That's what I figured, yeah. But it's very nice, and I definitely...
Totally worth the wait, I hope.
Definitely one of my all-time favorite nuclear apocalypse movies. And
I refuse to watch it.
That movie scarred me for life.
And one of the biggest...
Never watch it again. No.
You've never watched it for a first time.
I didn't watch it with you guys.
No, you... Did you watch it, though?
Yeah, like fucking decades ago. But I'm good. Started me as a kid, dude. I'm good.
Oh, I thought you had just...
I have
murky nightmare images of that movie. I'm good with that.
Have you ever wanted a movie that would just make you want to die? There you go.
I remember being very bleak.
Threads is your movie. Yeah, so I mean, as far as the transfer goes, high def, yes, it is technically, but it was filmed on 16mm and very, very grainy stock, and the print is in pretty rough shape.
Didn't you guys watch that? Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, but given the kind of movie that Threads is, all of that sort of low budgetness really works well for it. Like, it gives it that extra gritty texture, which, especially after the bombs drop, that's...
I was going to say, that's not exactly a movie I want to see in crystal clear detail.
Well, yes. But especially when it gets into the post-apocalyptic part of the post-apocalyptic movie, the added sort of dirtiness to the texture, I think, really actually adds to it, and you know, gives it that extra bit of grit. But
I don't want to see it now. It's in Blu-ray. God damn it.
But yeah, really good. Just as disturbing as I remember.
Okay, so now my memory of this is you guys watched Threads. I skipped it because I'm good, and then I think either right after or the next day you watched When the Wind Blows, and I showed up for that.
You watched that one with us.
Was it the same day?
I think it was the same. Was it the same day? Was that a double bill?
I think it was. No, I think it was like 2 different days.
Week at least, right?
Yeah.
Really close.
It was like within a day of each other, I'm sure.
I remember I skipped Threads because I was like, no, I'm good. But I'd never seen When the Wind Blows.
Literally 2 of the most depressing movies ever made.
Oh, that one's a heartbreaking.
I remember When the Wind Blows destroyed both of you.
I would own When the Wind Blows, though, I think I really would. Just because it's such a beautiful piece.
It is.
Well, you better get on it because it's almost out of print.
It's a Twilight Time. It's a Twilight Time.
Twilight Time. I'll get the UK release.
Well, hold on. It's a Twilight Time, but an uncharacteristically loaded Twilight Time release, and it's been on clearance for a while, so you can probably get it pretty cheap.
Every time they have a sale, it goes down to like $10.
The next part, one of you motherfuckers that does an order needs to hit me up and tell me that you bought my copy of fucking When the Wind Blows and how much I owe you.
All right.
Because I fucking need that shit.
I honestly don't know.
Oh, shit.
I don't even know if they still have it.
I hate to burst your bubble, but it does say sold out on Blu-ray.com.
Yeah, I figured.
Damn it. Yeah. To be fair, it's gone on clearance like 12 times. So, I grabbed it as soon as it came out because I love that movie. But
in the UK, but no Blu-ray. It looks like.
I'm sure there will be some kind of re-release at some
point.
There's
that's the UK, that's US release. Oh, it's a DVD and Blu-ray, it says, actually.
Oh,
never mind.
There you go.
DVD and Blu-ray.
UK release?
BFI. The BFI release.
Oh, perfect. Oh, yeah. I think that's fairly recent, I think.
It's all the same. It's got a bunch of special features. I bet you it's all the same, too.
It could be.
But, yeah, dude, this thing's fucking loaded. Holy shit, it's got a 77-minute documentary about the film's director, 50-minute public information film about how to survive the events of a nuclear attack.
Nice.
Wind in the Bomb, a 25-minute making of, 15-minute interview with Raymond Briggs. I mean, this thing's fucking loaded.
What's interesting?
I played a music track.
What's always been interesting to me is Raymond Briggs is the guy who gave us The Snowman and Father Christmas, and this wonderful tale about nuclear annihilation.
Yeah.
The thing that was so great about that, though, is it's such a sweet story, just about this unassuming old couple and impending nuclear disaster, and them trying to do the right thing and do what their government has told them to do to survive, and following all the instructions in the pamphlet, and it's just so heartbreaking. Because like, right from the moment go, yeah, they're fucking doomed. Like, that pamphlet is not going to do jack shit for them. But they're treating it as the word of God, essentially. The only thing that will help them survive, and it's just...
So it appears that the BFI release is the same, except the booklets are different. So
okay. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, because I remember being quite struck by how many extras were on that edition, given it was a Twilight Time release. But,
yeah. I bet you that, yeah. So they probably... I think the BFI one came out first. I think it just got ported over.
So Threads actually has some pretty good stuff on it. It's got an audio commentary with the director, moderated by film writer Keir Lajanis and Severin Films' David Gregory. It has interview with the main actress, Karen Meager, who plays Ruth, who's like one of the main characters in it. Shooting the Annihilation, interview with director of photography Andrew Dunn. Destruction Designer, interview with production designer Christopher Robillard. And interview with film writer Stephen Thrower, and it also includes a couple of trailers as well.
Stephen Thrower is one of my favorite writers about film. He is so fucking knowledgeable. He also wrote an entire giant book about exploitation films. So.
Yeah, I've watched a bit of that documentary. Actually, he's very well spoken, very smart, and very engaging.
He's very friendly. I'm friends with him on social media.
Oh, cool.
You know, we just exchange. He posts like I leave comments every now and then.
Nice.
He sometimes likes them and replies. It's social media.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about.
Never met the guy. I would love to meet the guy. He
That-
seems to
that-
have been very generous.
See, that's
Friendly
the
guy.
good side of social media is narrowing the gap between those of us who admire and those who are admired, and actually being able to interact with people
Exactly.
whose work we enjoy.
I mean, I got to friend some of my favorite directors. That's kind of cool, you know. I mean,
Yeah,
nobody
that's awesome.
cares about their movies but me. But that's beside the point.
That's okay. They're important to you, and that's what matters. So yeah, so not obviously light week for all of us this week, but I think Garbage Gamer probably got the most stuff.
I win.
Hey man,
I
he
tend
needs,
to
time to
win.
shine. He needs the time to shine occasionally, you know. Guy works hard.
Well, it is my birthday, so I don't know. Assuming that relatives will send me money, I don't know. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
So I don't know
No,
if you guys
usually-
have heard about this.
Though usually, if they do, it would have been before now. Like, it would have arrived like a week
You
ago.
old.
But
Like, no, you're good now.
I guess I'm
You're old now.
You couldn't
I'm
give me
old.
one.
3 years
I don't
old and you don't
need-
know what Alf is?
That's right. I don't know. But hey, on the plus side, I get paid in 3 days, and I'm at the start of an 8-day holiday. So
Whoa, shit, son.
I actually had the foresight to take my birthday off this year. Last year, I worked on my birthday, and I was so depressed.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
I
wow,
always take my birthday off.
this is
My
the
fucking
worst
holiday.
birthday ever, having to listen to stupid people complaining about their internet speed and not being able to find the input button. They're not even aware that they have a cable box, let alone where it is, let alone if it's powered on.
The only tradition I'm keeping for my family is my birthday is I don't get to have to do a goddamn thing on my birthday.
Hmm.
Nobody can tell me what to fucking do. No one can ask me to do it. Doesn't matter what I have to do. No. It's a fucking vacation day. I'm sitting on the goddamn couch. I'm watching some fucking movies, and that goddamn thing's gonna interrupt me. I don't give a shit.
On the plus side, I do get to spend my birthday with Rosie, and she said she's getting me a birthday cake.
Hooray!
She asked me what kind I wanted, and I said chocolate.
Excellent choice, sir.
Yes.
Excellent choice.
Is that
There's
it?
no such thing as a bad choice in cake, to be fair. So.
Well, yeah, I very rarely meet a cake I don't like. The only kind of cakes I don't like are like those store-bought ones that are really like crappily made. You know, like they just have that really light, substanceless cake
Yeah,
portion
I mean,
and
I love
flavorless,
crab
textureless icing.
Pancakes. And
So
griddle
it's-
cake.
it's- you suffer from substancelessness.
Substancelessness, yeah.
I'll eat a substitute, but I'll eat a substanceless cake than not eat a substanceless cake.
That
Well, I
that
guess-
was actually a thing.
Substanceless is better than
I
no
hate
cake.
the ones you get from the store that literally just taste like nothing, right? It's like
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's like
like
sugar. It just tastes like sugar. There's nothing else to
Dry
it.
as shit
barely
and
even that.
everything.
It's like,
And it's dry and crumbly. It's like what
Yeah.
the fuck is
We
this?
got a store bought
It's not
one
cake.
one
This is
time.
abuse. And I will not stand.
This is abuse.
we had a cake one time where the cake portion was literally that, and then the fucking icing was literally that.
That is my dream cake. You have no idea. I want to marry that cake.
it's a
Just give me the
mouthful of
frosting.
icing.
Fuck, you don't know how to do You don't know how to do a fucking cake. There's at least a fucking jar of frosting on top of the cake. You're doing it wrong.
Jar.
The whole fucking jar at least better be on that fucking cake.
Not even spread out of the jar, just the jar itself.
Not on the
Full
side.
of icing
I'm not
on
talking
Just give me
top
the
of the
fucking
cake.
jar.
just the fucking top. Motherfucker,
then-
I'm not talking about the sides. I'm talking about
so
just
then
the fucking top of
The
that
jar
cake.
is more of an icing dip. You just dip the cake in there.
Dude,
Scoop
if
some
they make,
out.
if they make look, if they made a snack that was cake sticks in a fucking jar, and I dip those motherfuckers in a jar of frosting. If they had Dunkin' sticks, which are a donut in a stick form, right? The Dunkin' sticks that weren't coated in icing and were just plain, I would dip those motherfuckers in icing in a heartbeat. In a fucking heartbeat, motherfucker.
That sounds amazing.
They need to
I
bring back.
know, right?
Dunkin'
I
Donuts.
really want that now, and I'm gluten free, and I would die for those. I would fucking just be on the toilet
What
crying.
you're explaining, it just makes me want Dunkaroos, because that's exactly what that
Crying
fucking
like-
was. It was graham crackers with a little tray of freaking
Yeah.
chocolate cake frosting.
Yeah,
That's all it was.
exactly. I used to take the Perlin crackers, the circular ones, the whatever ganache or whatever fuck in the middle of it, and to dip those in frosting like a fucking savage.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah, just a delivery device for sugar. Fuck you guys. I'm going to hell with a big fat belly. I'm gonna be happy though. I don't do that shit anymore, but I'm saying like I was a real fucking crazy person with my junk food.
It is kind of interesting going back and looking at previous SNIs from like 3 or 4 years ago and just slowly watching Brandon deflate.
It's funny. It's funny. I eat so much junk food still that I worry about how much junk food I eat. But like, I eat so much less junk food. I am so much thinner and healthier than I used to be. Which is
Yeah,
still not saying much.
definitely.
I eat way too much junk food because I'm stressed all the time. But
Yeah. High
I know it
metabolism
won't.
due to
It's
stress.
it's not something that's me in the future. When I get out of here with this pretty lady and this cat here, it's gonna be a much healthier place to eat and thrive. Oh, so I need to pull the blinds up. That's why.
There.
Hold on. Her seat. I forgot to put the thing. Here. I know you're confused. There you go. Jesus, sorry guys.
So
Cat.
I've been trying to bring something up here.
Sorry.
I'm wondering, did anybody else hear about this Blu-ray release of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3?
No.
I really, really, really want it.
Leatherface of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
What about it?
No.
It's Twilight, or no, it's not Twilight. It's Warner Archive.
Yeah. I really, really, really want it. I had to cancel it though.
I didn't know if anybody
pre-order.
heard about it.
I have to get it next month. I really, really, really want it. It's like one of those things that was like, it was almost mine. I have the work print edition of that movie. Like, I'm a big fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan, as everyone knows. Like, the only one I haven't seen is the new Leatherface one, which I really need to see. So,
Like, I was looking up information about Where the Wind Blows, right? And then I found here, apparently just announced from Twilight Time, Manhattan Murder Mystery, which is one of my favorite newer Woody Allen movies. So
I would say, Justin, you wouldn't like Leatherface. Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. I think you would like number 4, though, The Next Generation. It's weird, but like in a way that I think you would enjoy. It's not really...
just out of nowhere.
He said The Next Generation.
I was waiting for that. I felt now it's like what it explained it. That makes sense now. But yeah, I mean, like Matthew McConaughey plays a weird character in it, and Leatherface. They take the cross-dressing really far that it like offends some conservative, sad fans that can't deal with it. I like cross-dress. I'm here for cross-dressing Leatherface. By the way, I just gonna raise my hand on the right side. You can actually see it. I'm here for the cross-dressing Leatherface.
I solemnly swear I am here for cross-dressing Leatherface.
Yes, my favorite Leatherface. What's funny is that was actually my introduction to the series, was that movie.
Really?
I saw it on VHS. Just happened to, but because what happened was I didn't really get into horror until I was like in my late teens, early 20s, right? So I'm in high school and I'm in drama class, and this guy, I'd seen some horror films, but like I wasn't like hardcore into seeing all the movies. So like I'm sorry, we were in drama class, and this guy Greg got picked to make like his thing, and I got to play Leatherface in that, and he said he was inspired by The Next Generation, so I went and rented The Next Generation to know what the fuck he wanted out of me as a Leatherface. And then I didn't do anything from The Next Generation because cares.
It's like, oh, so you want me to dress in drag then? Okay.
Well, that I did. I wore a skirt for like a whole week and shit just because, like, fuck it. I don't give a shit.
You wanted to feel pretty.
People were like, oh, are you a fag? I'm like, yeah, who cares? Why do you give a shit?
It's like, yeah, and?
No, yes, who cares? Why does me wearing a dress offend you? Maybe you find out why me wearing a dress offends you.
Yeah.
That's something you have a problem with, not me. The problem's not with me. The problem is still with you. You're offended by something within yourself that you see within me. So figure your shit out. You need 4 more followers.
That's right.
Fucking snowflake.
That's where I'd follow up. It's like, no, I'm asking, why the fuck are you wearing that dress with them shoes?
That's right. It's like, accessorize, for God's sake, man.
I didn't say it was fashion sensible. Just that I'm wearing a fucking dress because I wanted to.
I say every time I've auditioned for the theater here in town, I always put on there any male or female role. I don't give a shit. I will wear drag.
That's right. Whatever.
Well, every time you do an audition where you get to choose your scene, you need to put a muumuu on and a fucking powdered wig, and you need to pull your best Medea fucking impression possible.
Oh, God.
No, do not paint your face. Just
listen to High Skin Slip.
I can't outdose the motherfucker.
Listen to High Skin Slip.
Listen, I have a better idea. I have an even better idea.
Shut your mouth, Hunter S. Thompson.
Divine.
No, listen. You need to do Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs.
Or
Doubtfire.
Tootsie, either one. Or Some Like It Hot. I mean, either of those three. Those are the 3 you could really do. And you'll impress somebody, especially if you play a skinny guy as a fat guy and you pull it fucking off. Like,
Better I can just bring a bowl of dog shit and just as Divine.
There you go.
Hey, you can't even. You couldn't even shine Divine shoes. Don't even pretend like you could pretend to be her.
Oh, but he could be Robin Williams? Come on, man. Where do you draw the line exactly?
Divine was a natural force
of nature.
Universe. Like, it's not something anyone
She
can
was the world champion of the world.
Exactly. I mean, look, you're a jabroni if you think otherwiise. Just
Jabroni.
ask the sheep. Divine was the top shit.
Off course here.
I don't even know where we are now. I'm so lost.
Welcome to Skins Very High, the SNI edition. I wonder how many people complain about how loud I'm being.
I don't know. Who cares?
I don't.
It's all about the comedy. That's all that matters in the end. That is the only thing that will last and stand the test of time. Their momentary annoyance will pass.
The only thing that truly stands the test of time is kindness.
And tacos.
People will always remember that kind thing you did for them. And that's why you should do kindness, because people will think about you and worry about you and care about you when you're kind to them.
Didn't take long for those double cheeseburgers to make their way to
Somebody
the other
watched Joe Rogan this week.
You're motherfucking right, and I pinned that shit in general.
And I hear what you're saying there, but also tacos.
Yes, tacos too. Yes, I agree with this man. This ginger has a point.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Jay, I'll tell you what to do, motherfucker. I'm the mod. I can do what I want.
That's true.
Now, you don't have to do it, but I will totally tell you what to do. I'm not going to make you do it. I'm not actually the boss of you.
That's also true.
You're not the boss of me now. You're not so big.
Really?
Whose
Malcolm in
cock
the
is
Middle?
so big?
Really?
It's not just Malcolm in the Middle.
Hey, everybody knows that's the theme song to Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, but it's from There Might Be Giants.
No. They
Stout.
did. I'm sorry, they lost the rights once Malcolm in the Middle.
Is that why they can't release the rest of them on DVD because of the theme song?
Might be.
That's stupid.
I'll tell you why that they don't release the rest of it. Life is unfair.
Wow, that's poignant.
That was beautiful.
You moved me, sir. Oh wait, that was gas. Sorry.
Yeah.
You
like
moved
your
my
t-shirt.
bowels to a bigger house. No, wait a minute. That doesn't make sense. Why would my bowels, and only my bowels, move to a bigger house?
Hey, don't question it. It's fourth dimension elusive geometry.
Oh, well, that
And
explains
prolapse.
I almost. It's called trunk butt.
Prolapse. Trunk butt.
Trunk butt. It's a prolapse rectum. It looks like a tree trunk when it's hanging out your butthole.
And can you pick up peanuts with it?
No, like a tree trunk, not like an
Let's
elephant trunk.
all visualize that.
Tree trunk.
That's
Tree
a space
trunk.
peanut.
I can pick things up with my prolapsed rectum.
What? That's horrifying. Oh my god.
Now imagine somebody going. Now imagine somebody going on America's Got Talent.
I just told you, Sean. I just fucking told you, be kind. That was not kind.
Like, what's your talent? Why are
Sorry,
you here on
Duncan.
America's Got Talent?
Duncan's just like, I just had breakfast. Except more British.
I have yet to.
Blimey! I just had breakfast. Yeah, it's terrible. That's not even remotely.
That was
British.
terrible. You
I
should
don't
feel
know.
shamed.
I do. I feel horrible. I'm a bad person.
You need to take a shower to cleanse yourself now.
I think I need to sleep. Dream about prolapsed rectum pincers.
Oh no!
What hell hath we wrought?
Butt hell, apparently.
Trunk
The
butt.
specific ring of hell that has fallen into another ring.
That's right.
Trunk. Anyway.
I don't even know anymore.
Probably need to explain the joke.
Alrighty. Have a good night, everybody. I think we're going to end it there.
Trunk butt.
How we can drop the trunk butt.
Oh my god!
And we'll see y'all next week. Bring peanuts. Oh god. Alright.
Oh my god!
Alright. Bye everybody.
Bye.